Hey guys, this is car number 5, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video comparing 3 of the newly upgraded third basemen, Josh Donaldson, Manny Machado, and Todd Frazier. We're going to take a look at each of their attributes, what they got upgraded in, as well as some gameplay as well. Let's move on to Josh Donaldson right away, take a quick look at his stats, or his attributes. And then you look at his hot-cold zones versus lefties, and versus righties as well. So as you guys all know, Donaldson has very good splits against lefties, not the greatest against righties. Take a quick look at his spray charts too. He is a pull hitter, 42% to left field. So let's show you guys some gameplay here. And while I'm showing you guys some gameplay, let me kind of talk to you guys my experience so far in using Donaldson. It has been somewhat limited in Diamond Dynasty, but I've tried him out a few games. Didn't hit too great with him. He's been okay defensively, but nothing really stood out to me. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And I know the sample size is not there, but let's go ahead and talk about him a little bit. So he is a pull hitter, and I am facing a righty right now. So Donaldson only has power in the 70s. Like I said, a good guy to use against lefties as well. But against righties, he's not the greatest. So to generate power of Donaldson against righties, you guys want to make sure you swing early as possible. He does have a cold zone high and tight too, so you guys got to watch out for that. Like I said, it didn't hit great with Donaldson, but you want to make sure you look for fat pitches to hit on the middle end part of the plate and try to pull him. I think that's where you guys will get the most out of Donaldson, or else it's going to be very hard to generate power against righties with him. So as you see here, get a pitch inside. I roll over on a lot. I had noticed I was rolling over a lot of pitches with Donaldson, as well as Frazier later, as you see. But yeah, Donaldson, I guess he's a solid third baseman, but is he really diamond worthy? I'm gonna let you guys decide that. To me, I think there's better third basemen out there, so that's kind of why I'm making the video. He's not a bad third baseman by all means. Just make sure when you guys are using him, try to pull the ball as much as you can. He doesn't have great speed either. Below average speed. But one thing, Donaldson, he is balanced hitter. It does have good fielding as well. So, you guys just have to give him a try. I don't think he plays like a diamond, but that's just my opinion. So let's go ahead and move on to the next batter here, Manny Machado. Take a quick look at his attributes. You can see he's very balanced. Most of his stuff's in the 70s. Good clutch, good vision as well. Let's show his hot, cold. All hot zones are righties, lefties, only cold zones, middle in and low and inside. And then he is a pull hitter as well, but Machado, for some reason, to me, he has the best gap power out of all these 3. I don't know if it's just, if it's just a coincidence, or I just have a different approach with him since he does not, he's not a pure power guy, and he does have a little bit more speed. But for Machado, guys, I recommend just looking to try to go with the ball to right center. I know the spray charts aren't exactly the most accurate thing, but they do mean a little bit on the game. Now, in my short time that I have used Machado, I've used him for a few games. He actually did hit a home run for me. I wasn't really trying to hit one, but when I was using Donaldson and Frazier, I was trying to pull the ball a little bit more. Maybe that has something to do with it. Machado, actually, you see right here, I beat out a few grounders with him. And the thing that separates Machado from Donaldson and Frazier will be his defense. Although Donaldson's defense isn't bad at all, Frazier is actually the third best defensive third baseman in the game, and he can play shortstop for you. If you guys want to get you a good shortstop with some power over there, as well as some good defense. So my advice with Machado is just stay back on the ball, try to go up the middle. If you get something fat, he will hit him out. He does have that capability. But to me, he has the best gap power. For whatever reason it is, I don't know, the spray charts aren't exactly accurate. And he is the most balanced hitter with his splits. Doesn't necessarily kill lefties as you think a righty would. But he hits righties a little bit better, in my opinion, than Donaldson, and has higher contact over Frazier. As you can see, I homer right there. Got to change up middle in and just stayed back on it and hammered it. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. Just try to drive up the middle, and you'll get pitches like that to hit. Machado has always been one of my favorite players to use in the show. So I was sad to see him get hurt last year. And I think if he keeps it up, he will become a diamond. But I think he's a different type of breed of third baseman. He's more of a defensive specialist type of third baseman, as you can say. Very comparable to his Baltimore Oriole counterpart, the legend Brooks Robinson. However, he's just a much better hitter. So we're going to move on. Todd Frazier. As you can see, the great power versus lefties and righties. Contacts in the 60s, however. We take a look at his hot-cold zones. Actually, not bad at all. But as you can see, he likes everything middle in for the most part. And then he is a pull hitter as well. I figured he'd be a dead pull hitter, but it's not too bad. He's got 24% to right field, so let's show you some gameplay with him. I haven't had as many ABs with Frazier as I have the other two, so I'm going to be trying to give him more of a chance. But I have played with Frazier a lot since his update in practice mode, and surprisingly, he has decent opposite field power, especially playing a bandbox like Cincinnati. His defense has something left to be desired, however. Not very good reaction, not good arm strength. As you can see here, I get a ball up and away, and I actually go with it. And look at this sucker, it went out. So he does have some oppo power, but you're going to hit best with him when you pull the ball, especially if you look at his hot-cold zones. Frazier can be a good viable option, especially if you guys are struggling to hit with Schmidt, because he does have better hot-cold zones, and he has a little bit better contact against righties. You guys can also look to play him at first base if needed. And he's also, as well as Donaldson, a great platoon guy. If you guys have a high-budget team, and say you already have George Brett over there, these two are not bad guys to platoon over there with Brett. Great options. If you are going to platoon, I would recommend Donaldson since he's a little more balanced with defense. If you only could choose one out of the two, and you're kind of a middle budget, I would go Frazier over Donaldson. That's just my opinion. I prefer Machado out of all three, but let's stay on tack here with Frazier. You see I do roll over quite a bit. I was trying to pull the ball. Got a pretty good hit there, though. I feel like Frazier, you don't really need to pull the ball as much as Donaldson, especially against righties, because he has that natural power, so you will run into some home runs that might look ugly to opposite field. But Donaldson, I really feel like you need to pull the ball to generate power against righties. And something about Donaldson's stance I just wasn't a fan of, but Frazier's is a little bit more upward and open, just more relaxing. But the stances, since I use the extended catcher zoom, don't really bother me, but I know some of you guys out there, it can make a difference on, even just visually. So, out of the three guys, I prefer Machado. I give Frazier a close second. Something surprising about Frazier, he does have good speed here, as you'll see. He beats out a swinging bunt, but he does have good speed. So that's my opinion. I would go Machado, Frazier, and then Donaldson. So what do you guys? Tell me what you guys think.